Orlando Sentinel. Rob, how did this deal come together? Was it today? Have you been working on it a while?
Well, Brian, first and foremost, I want to thank Victor Oladipo for everything he's done for our organization on the floor, everything he's done in the community. Victor is a first-class human being, and we're going to miss him. This was not an easy decision by any stretch of the imagination. You know, we felt like it was necessary to make this move to help fortify our team in certain ways that we felt we needed to. But to answer your question, Brian, I would say that you know, you have sort of exploratory talks, right, for several days, and this was not something that we felt was real until you know, late this afternoon. So I think that the reality of it hit us pretty late in the process. We did have some exploratory talks, you know, prior to that, but it was really late this afternoon that it became something we thought was real.
John Denton with OrlandoMagic.com. Rob and Frank, could you guys just talk about how tough it is to get a shot blocker or a rim protector, and how much of a difference this can make? It seemed like that was the #1 priority, is finding someone to protect the rim for you.
Yeah, you know, I think, John, you know, as we look at our team, we really felt like, you know, physicality on the interior, toughness, athleticism, rim protection is something we've been talking about for years now, as it relates to what our team needs and what holes we need to fill. And it's difficult to find that, especially in a profile where, in Serge's case, he's, you know, entering the prime of his career, and he can protect the rim and he rebound and he can stretch the floor. So we feel like he's a really good fit. I don't know what you have to add to that, Coach. But
yeah, well, you know, the defense that we played in Indiana, that we hope to bring that mindset here to Orlando is predicated on having a guy like Serge Ibaka, you know, that can protect the rim and be an elite shot blocker. And you know, the direction that the NBA is going, defensive versatility is huge. So when you have a guy that can not only protect the rim at the highest level, but also has the skill set to switch out and guard smaller guards in today's small ball NBA, he becomes extremely valuable to what we're hoping to do on the defensive end. And then when you add the fact that he fits into the direction the league is going offensively, with his ability to space the floor from the three-point line, and you know, give all of our you know, elite perimeter players that we have on this team a chance to get to the basket with the way I would like to space our bigs. You know, he just you know, this guy really fits into the direction we want to go.
Adam Shadow, Fox 35, for both of you. I saw on the War Room stream there, when it happened, you guys hugged, high-fived. There was a lot of excitement there. What are you most excited about for Ibaka, what he brings, and how different does he make the team on both ends?
Yeah, you know, I think we're excited about the versatility he brings. We're excited about the experience he brings, having played in a lot of big games, a lot of high-level playoff games, NBA Finals. So his experience is obviously a plus, and we feel like he fits. We feel like he fits next to Nick. He fits next to Aaron Gordon, and it just gives us a lot of versatile, interchangeable parts. And we really do think it helps fortify our front court by adding, you know, toughness and athleticism and you know, real competitive spirit to that portion of the roster.
And I would add to that, you know, really just hitting on the experience part. You know, we've got so many young players on this roster that, you know, sometimes to get over that hump where we want to go as a team, you have to balance your youth and experience, you know, a little bit more. And we had a lot of youth, and you know, we're probably a little bit short on experience, so that this helps us do that. And you know, we already talked about all the ways that, you know, Serge fits into the way we want to play.
Josh Robbins, Orlando Sentinel. Serge Ibaka's stats, his rebounding numbers, his shot blocking numbers, his three-point percentage declined this past season and the year before that. Is that a concern for you? If not, why not? And if not, what's the explanation for those declines?
Yeah, I'm not sure what the explanation is because I've worked in Orlando the past couple seasons and not Oklahoma City. But it's not a concern for us, Josh. We feel very confident in Serge's ability and what he'll bring to the team. And you know, I would imagine that, you know, Serge is looking forward to you know, maybe even a little bit of a bigger role here as well. So not a concern at all.
Well, I heard that you say you watched the Magic, but certainly you must have watched tape on Serge, how he played this past season. What did you see from how he played this past season?
Yeah, I thought he played well. Thought he, you know, continued to really anchor their defense. You know, Serge is someone that is going to compete and going to scrap and going to do whatever it takes for the team to win. And so, you know, Serge is about winning and about helping the team win. And so, if anything, you know, I think I saw someone who was committed to doing whatever the team asks him to do.
Zach Oliver, SB Nation. Rob, what kind of impact does this have with Aaron moving forward? I know it kind of seemed like he was the 4 moving forward. Do you guys envision him more playing the 3 now, or is it kind of a split still?
Yeah, again, one of the things we really look for and value in players and the players on our roster is the versatility. So we see Aaron Gordon as a 3-4. You know, we see Serge as a big who can play both the front court positions. Same with Nick. You know, we see Mario and Evan as guys who can swing between 2 and 3. So a lot of it is about having that interchangeability, if that's even a word, because it just allows you to, you know, match up lots of different ways.
Cody Taylor, Basketball Insiders. Rob, with the team trading Oladipo, does this kind of pave the way to bring back Fournier this summer, maybe no matter what the cost?
Well, I've said all along that Evan's a major priority for us. I said that in April, and that continues to be the case. So, yes, he's a very big part of what we're going to do in the future.
Philip Rossman, Orlando Magic Daily. You said that this deal kind of came together throughout the day today. Does, you know, kind of looking back at it now, does this change anything that you have planned for free agency? Do you maybe adjust some of your targets a little bit, or how does this affect the next stage and building this roster?
Sure. So, you know, we have another week or so to go before free agency starts. So, obviously, we've started, you know, formalizing our strategy and our plan. And you know, I would say that it impacts free agency to the extent that, you know, we were able to address one of the things we were looking to address this summer tonight. So that's a good thing. But you know, we'll continue to formulate a plan and strategize and be very aggressive this summer.
Rob, you said this kind of came together today, but you have quite a history with Serge. You were on that staff in 2008. Did that familiarity help you already know who the player is?
Yeah, you know, I think anytime you have a personal familiarity with the player, that certainly helps. Serge is someone that, you know, all of us have watched for a long time, and someone that I was fortunate enough to get to know while I was in Oklahoma City, and we feel really good about what he's going to bring to the team. We feel really good about what he'll bring to the community, and we're excited. We're excited to add him to our group.
Do you remember the first year or where you saw him play?
Yeah, I think the first time I saw Serge was in Spain, in Barcelona. I forget the name of the team he was playing for. And I want to say we had dinner in Spain, right outside of Barcelona, maybe, when he was playing over there. Manresa, I think he was playing there. So, yeah, that would have been the first time we, you know, spent any time, real time together.
2007, 2008?
2000, and yeah, probably the year before he came to the Thunder.
Wow.
And he was playing in the ACB in Manresa.
Rob, does adding another piece with Serge, given that he has 1 year left on his contract, is that key for you guys because he can become a free agent so soon?
Certainly, it's key for us to add to the team so we can win and make the playoffs. That's our goal. And so, absolutely, as we look into free agency, we're going to continue to look to add to the team.
But as far as him, with only 1 year left.
Yeah, he's got 1 year left, and you know, we all know that, but we think that'll take care of itself if you know, Serge comes in and does a good job like we know he will.
Rob, Terrence Harris with the Associated Press. Have you had a chance to talk to Serge at this point at all?
I have not had a chance to talk to Serge. He's currently in France, and he's asleep right now. So we'll talk to him in the morning.
Okay.
Coach, bringing in a rim protector, you noted that that's kind of a key to the defense. Was finding a rim protector one of the big priorities that you had for this team this summer, and how does having him change what you wanted to do with this team's defense?
Well, it's not something I came in and requested that we go in and try to pursue. I feel like we can do a lot with Vooch in terms of teaching him angles and anticipation. Similarly to the way we used Roy Hibbert a couple years ago, and so I feel like he's going to improve dramatically in that regard. But when Serge became available, I mean, he's just a guy that's he's top 5 in the league in the blocks 5 straight years, led the league 3 times, 3-time all defensive team. I mean, he's just a premier defender at the big position. So when he came available, obviously I got very excited. I'm going to just piggyback on what Rob said about Victor. I was very, very excited about coming here and having an opportunity to work with Victor. And it's a disappointing part of this move, but this is part of this business. And you got to make moves you feel like are going to improve your team. And Serge is someone that fits all these these areas that fill out the style of play that we want to play.
Rob, Josh Robbins, Orlando Sentinel.
Hi, Josh.
Yeah, you're probably busy the last few hours, and you probably don't. Well, maybe you spend a lot of time on Twitter. I don't know, but the social media response from Magic fans to this trade appeared to be almost overwhelmingly negative. People feeling like it's a bad deal for the Magic. What's your response to people who feel like Magic gave up too much for one player especially a player on a 1-year deal, or 1 year left on his deal?
Yeah, I think that, first of all, we love that our fans are so passionate. And, as we look at the team, oftentimes you have to make difficult decisions. We feel like we have a roster that is really well balanced now. And it was important for us to balance it in a way that addressed a very glaring need and a very important need in today's NBA. And Serge's ability to protect the basket, his ability to defend in a very versatile way, we feel is really going to help fortify a major weakness for us. And we did have a logjam at the wing, and as difficult as it was to trade Victor, we realized in order to get something really good, you have to give up something really good. And we believe in Evan, we believe in Mario Hezonja, and we feel like, those guys are more than capable to fill in those wing spots.
Rob, Keith Smith from RealGM.com. With trading for Ibaka and then drafting Steven Zimmerman, does this mean Dwayne Dedmon might be on the move, or not as part of the future as he might have been?
Not necessarily. It was the 41st pick, and we just felt like Steven was the best player available at that slot.
Where are we? Go ahead.
Speaking of Steven, then what else did you see in him? What do you think he can bring to the team, and what are you hoping to see from him in summer league if he can play as he tries to make this roster now?
Yeah, we're really intrigued by Steven in his game and in his personality. He's a real mobile center, can run, can rebound, can shoot, can pass. So that's a good start. He's probably going to get a little stronger. He's really young, but he's skilled. He plays hard. He competes. So we'll see what happens. But we're excited to have him in summer league and start working with him.
Rob, what was Vic's reaction when you told him he was dealt?
Yeah, disappointed. I think I expressed our gratitude for everything he's done for our team and our community, and he handled it like a professional, as to be expected. He handles everything with class and professionalism. So, I think he understands that, it's part of the business, but it was a tough decision. It really was. And we wish Victor all the best, and he's going to do just fine for himself.
Go ahead, Ann.
I know you said you wanted to continue to be aggressive in free agency, and now that your focus is on that, do you look at it kind of like you looked at the draft, where you want the best player, or do you target certain players, or just positions in need? How do you look at that?
All three. Yeah, it's just going to depend on what opportunities are there, who we think we can get. We'll have to be aggressive and proactive come July 1, and we will be. But a lot of it's going to come down to opportunities that we see. And like I said all along, we're going to be really aggressive, but we're also going to be disciplined in how we attack free agents.
Go ahead, Josh.
Rob and Frank, how do you sell this franchise to potential free agents? What's the message? Granted, you'll tailor it probably to each person, but how do you go about that? What selling points would you emphasize to potential signees?
Yeah, again, I believe you asked that question in April, so it's the same response. It's really exciting young core, young nucleus that's going to be here for a long time. Chance to compete and make the playoffs in the East. No state income tax, first-class facility, first-class organization, first-class ownership. We feel really, really good about what we're building here, the situation we have, and we think it's attractive to free agents. We really, really do.
And I believe we're going to win. That's the biggest thing free agents want to know. They want to hear that. They want to believe in it. And, that's an easy sell for me. It's the reason I'm here. The roster that we have in place here, the flexibility with the cap to even add to it and make it even stronger, the point in their careers that our young players are at. We've got several talented young players entering their prime. And, we've had some positive experience with a young team in Indiana in building a defensive monster. And we've learned some lessons in terms of adapting to the way the new NBA plays. And you got a guy like Serge Ibaka with Vogel's ability to shoot the ball from the perimeter and all the weapons we have on the perimeter. There's a very, very strong reason to believe that we're going to win here. And to me, that's what free agents want to hear more than everything. Of course, we do have the weather. We've got no state taxes. Orlando is a great place to live. It's a first-class organization from the ownership to the front office down to the coaching staff that we're going to put in place. And I believe we're going to have a lot of success in free agency. And this is going to be a destination where guys want to play.
Shane?
Rob, it's kind of been touched on in the last 2 minutes or so, but do you think you made the roster more attractive tonight by adding Serge?
We do. Yes, we do.
Serge really doesn't affect your cap much. I guess you guys have about 50 million, give or take a couple pennies in free agency. Getting him on draft night in this kind of deal, I mean, could this set you up for, if not 1, 2 players?
Yeah, we'll see, Brian. I mean, I think that was part of the calculus as we made the trade, but we'll certainly explore all options this summer and be as aggressive as we can and as strategic as we can. But certainly getting Serge in the fold is a good start to the summer and a good start to continuing to try to add more veteran experience to the team to help complement our young core.
Adam Papagiorgio, Magic Basketball Online. Rob, with the landscape of how the league is changing with all the salary cap growth that's occurring, tonight obviously you took part in some trades and some moves, but as far as not just your team but the rest of the teams, was this one of the more active draft nights that you've had as GM? And for you, Coach, question, you were in the draft room. How different was this draft room from your other draft rooms in Indiana as far as just collaboration and atmosphere and just how it all played out?
Sure. I'm going to try to remember your question. I think that in terms of activity in the draft room, I think more often than not, there's a lot of activity, a lot of verbal chatter.
Yeah.
Oftentimes that chatter leads to nothing. So I think that tonight it did lead to something. So that was a good thing. But I wouldn't categorize tonight as any more active than any drafted years prior. I'd call it about the same.
And for me, it's probably unfair to me to compare organizations, but I will say that I was very impressed with the way this was handled tonight. A great command by Rob, great organization by all the scouts and the front office team, just a comprehensive draft model with the information that was coming to me every time we discussed a certain player. I was very, very impressed with the way they do things, and I'm going to leave here feeling even stronger about the front office that we have in place here, and then the partnership that I have with them.
All right, thank you very much. We'll have nothing tomorrow, and we'll keep you updated on Serge's arrival in Orlando, probably early next week.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.